Shouldn't be beautiful, Azeroth? Why, what did I say? Azeroth beautiful. Yeah, I don't know. You know, like people didn't find anything bad to say about it. Wow. Like Blizzard outdid themselves if they can't even score a negative comment. Okay, that's good. That's good. So now we have this second article about the housing system. So let's have a look. Here we are 1 day later with 453 comments. They do have quite a lot to say. Okay, we might see them a bit later. But for now, let me like start reading up what we have, because this is me also like reacting to it. I didn't read anything. I know we had housing news, but that's all I knew. I didn't take a sneak peek or anything. I didn't have the time actually. It's not like I tried too much. So yeah, Azeroth Beautiful, a look at the housing interior design. So we're gonna see how it's gonna be inside. Okay, we saw the outside, it's gonna be neighbors and how they're gonna be located for the time being. So let's see inside. Okay, we'll see how they're gonna look inside. In a previous housing article, we share a high-level overview of our plans and philosophies. This time around, we are getting concrete and discussing specifics for decoration systems. And we have some disclaimers here. First one, this article only focuses on interior decoration systems and only in a single room. There's still plenty to cover beyond the basics of decoration, but that's for another time. We're going to show you a lot of work in progress assets and UIs, as well as using some terms that are not finalized. So please focus more on the functionality and less on the details of just how specific things look or sound just yet. With that out of the way, let's talk about decorations in housing. Okay, Getting down to the basics, decoration has two primary modes, basic and advanced, and you can freely toggle between them at any time while decorating with a key press. Basic mode allows you to quickly place or remove objects and move them around while keeping their movement somewhat constrained to make putting something together quick and easy. It has a number of rules in place to help with this. Decor can be moved around on the ground and will move on top of things as it bumps into them or down to the ground as they reach the edge. This lets you move around and have more interact in the expected way. Okay. That's cool. Decor has collision with other pieces of decor as well as the floor, wall, and ceilings, and players are unable to move decor through other things, no losing things in the walls. Okay, that's good. And decor will align to the floor, wall, or ceiling depending on what sort of decor it is. For example, a rug will align with the floor, while a painting will align with the wall. Okay, that makes sense. If you move it around the corner, it will continue to align properly. This also means decor will snap to the ground if you move it off something. Ooh! Oh, I can place where my window is gonna be? Sorry. Okay. Ooh, that's cool. Certain types of smaller decor will parent to certain types of larger decor when placed on top of them. This means when you move the larger decor, the smaller decor moves along with it. Okay, that makes sense. So if you move a table, all the plates on top of the table will also move. That makes sense, right? This allows you to, for example, place books on a bookshelf and then move the entire shelf instead of having to move everything individually. Okay, yeah. Ooh, lobster. Yeah. Okay, that's too much stuff, but yeah. I do understand. Okay. That's really good. That is really good. Players can show a grid and enable snapping, which will snap decorations to the point on the grid, helping you keep everything neat and tidy. It will even shrink down when you are placing something on a smaller surface like a table. Okay, this is sorry. Okay, yeah, this was the kind of like the basic mode. This is the advanced now. Advanced interior design. But that's so restrictive, we hear you saying. Yeah, I'm sure that's what everyone says right now. Don't worry, just switch to the advanced mode and feel the true power at your fingertips. Advanced mode effectively turns off a lot of the rules of basic mode, but also offers up additional tools of its own as well. Decor has no collision in advanced mode. Want to push a chair into the wall? Well, enjoy. What? How is this gonna look, man? Like this one? Yeah, it has advanced mode. Oh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay, maybe you want to like make it a smaller table. Okay, you just put stuff into the wall. All right. You can enable green balls, little 3D controls on objects, which will let you move objects on all 3 axes, including floating them up into the air without having to jump through hoops. Gimbal is a pivoted support that permits the rotation of an object about an axis. Oh, okay. Yeah, you might be a mage and you want your tables to be just floating around. Is that so difficult? No. Advanced floating. A different gimbal can be used to rotate an object freely on any axis as well. Why does it like? Ooh, all right. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. All sorts of directions. Yeah, sure. Finally, a third gimbal can scale an object's size up and down within some generous limits, making something smaller or giant. Okay, that's pretty good, man. Yeah, I do like that. Like, obviously, the table cannot be, you know, like bigger than the house itself, right? But you can make it pretty gigantic or pretty small, if that's your jam. Advanced mode lets you interact and design things with very specific controls to make whatever your heart may desire. Eternally using this, employees have taken bushes and made them into garland for their firepieces, constructed a boat's prow from a bed, or made paint buckets into small pieces, spice racks for their kitchens. Ah, yes. Okay. I see that. Very, very nice. This is the sofas from the goblins, right? I do like, for example, these, yeah. We've been dying for housing. Okay. In addition to the decoration modes, we wanted to call out some other functionalities and choices we have made. Some because they are cool and worth sharing, and others because they directly answer some of the questions we've seen since the first article went up. For newly created assets, as opposed to legacy ones from existing art, we are allowing players to dye them in a variety of colors. So if you find a chair but wish the upholstery was blue instead of grey, you can make that change. But what if the blue doesn't match the stain of the wood or color of the metal now? Well, you can fix that as well. Alright. I am eager to see what is that. What? Dude. Yeah. Yeah, you can change the wood around the bed, yes. Why is it so low res? Anyway. Green? Ooh. Yes, please. Oh my god, that's so good. Yes. Yes. But that's not all. It's not just decorations you use to customize your space, but the wallpaper, ceiling and flooring as well. You can mix and match these to elicit various cultures and vibes, or just make up your own. You can take things a step further too and use partition objects to build walls where none were before, letting you make rooms with arbitrary interiors. Wow. Speaking of mixing and matching, we saw a lot of questions around what would be allowed in terms of decor. Inside your home, you can decorate however you want. So if you want a blood elf wallpaper with a stone roof and a wooden floor, well, go for it. Woo! I mean, one of my favorite games in the world is Sims, so you can understand my excitement over this. I mean, I can just sit and decorate houses like all day. I don't have any problem. In a similar vein, I would also like to, for example, be able to use any color, any dye, anyway, for the clothing department, for transmogs, right? Like, I don't understand why we can't do that. And I do hope this opens up more possibilities into like make transmog a bit more free to the player. Like for example, if you want to change a certain robe, like go for it, why not? But anyways, let's leave that to the side for a moment and continue with this. Before we go outside, while we're not talking about exteriors in these articles, it's worth mentioning that the outside size of your house has no bearing on how big the interior is. If you want a huge mansion outside with just one room inside, or a tiny shack on the outside but a dozen rooms inside, you do you. Ooh, yes please, I do want a mansion. We'll share some about the exteriors for your home later though. There's so much more to discuss with decorations. Where do we get stuff? How do I show off my collection of transmogs, pets and mounts? How do professions fit in and more? Never mind neighborhoods, and we can't wait to share more. Please keep sending us your feedback and we'll keep building. But in the meantime, here's another screenshot a team member made mixing some various styles. A bedroom with a little extra bling and plenty of books. Ooh. Yes please. That is so good, man. Like, that is so good. I really do hope at this point that the comments are gonna be like positive, because I do see this very positively. And if they are otherwise, oh my god, I don't know what to say. You guys have been cooking, it seems. Looking forward to hearing more. Yes! Oh my god, I'm so hopeful. I love housing in... what is that? And all of this sub-customization, I was so scared this will be all presets and another garrison situation, but y'all are getting me hyped. Nice! Seems like we will have a lot of freedom on how and where we place stuff. I deeply hope you will give us race-themed items. This is pretty awesome. I wonder how many tier it cost us. You mean it's not just Garrisons 2.0? Yeah, it already cost us the Faded patch with all 3 raids that will happen at the end of the expansion. They have already stated as much. It should be purely cosmetic, yeah. Adding gameplay bonuses and factions will really sour the experience, in my opinion. Yeah, shouldn't be beautiful, Azeroth? Why, what did I say? Azeroth beautiful. Yeah, I don't know where. Besides the collector's appeal, it could be social, like how Final Fantasy incentivizes guild gatherings in housing. It even has a whole economic sphere around it, which I think WoW will do best to avoid, where you can lose your house. Thankfully, it looks like that won't be the case here? Question mark. They made a point of mentioning that everyone gets a house and that players wouldn't lose them like Final Fantasy players can. It was some of the harshest shade I've seen WoW throw at Final Fantasy in a long time. I'ma make a 3-way hybrid of Karazhan, Den of Mortal Delights, and the Cathedral in Icecrown. Looks like an updated Sims tool. I know, right? Like, like I said, like like obviously I do like Sims, so this got me hyped very, very much. I don't know about you, but yeah, if you don't like interior design or like Sims, or that sort of thing, you're probably not gonna like this. It is in WoW terms as well, so yeah, I don't know. It seems to be pretty good so far. I don't want to jinx it, but it looks like they are listening. They obviously can't do exactly what we want. Like, they're gonna have some limits here and there, but overall it seems to be like you can go as far as you want. Like, you can make things big, small. You can like put them into the walls. Yeah, you can change their colors, dyes. Like, I mean, what else do you want out of this? Well, you probably don't want them to tie it into any power thing, right? Because this is gonna mess things up for sure. But I don't think they're going down that direction. I don't think. So yeah, so far it seems to be pretty optimistic, pretty good. I don't know what else to say. I didn't find anything that I don't like. And I also saw very positive comments, which is like, this is a first. I can't wait to see it in game. I can't wait to test it, which is probably gonna be in midnight, right?